What's up YouTube? It is TruthTVZ here and NZ Dreamer here. Today I want to talk about a warning that I have for anybody who is here during the start of the hantavirus pandemic, and for anybody who is watching this video later in the future. Basically, I want to give out a warning for this pandemic, and I want to talk about how I had a dream about this in 2022 and how it's possible that this might be the fulfillment of this dream that I had. Basically, I had a dream in 2022 that told me that there was going to be another vaccine pass system, which is basically like the mandatory vaccination that many people had to go through in 2022. And since I had a dream that this was going to happen, that implies there's going to be another pandemic, because you'll need to have a pandemic to have a vaccine pass. And I think that this dream may be coming to pass in this hantavirus pandemic, this seemingly created pandemic. Now, before I say anything else in this video, I just want to say a disclaimer. First of all, I don't consider myself to be a prophet of God, or for my opinion or what I see to be above anybody else's. I don't consider myself to be someone who should be idolized or whose opinion is infallible. And just because I might hear from God or whosoever, that doesn't mean that I'm superior or better than anyone else, and that doesn't mean that my opinions are infallible or what I see is infallible. I can get things wrong, so I just want to see, please don't idolize me, and take everything you say with a grain of salt. Try to make up your own mind about stuff. And the second thing I want to see is I want to say, I don't actually know for sure if this hantavirus pandemic is actually the pandemic that I saw in my dream, but I think there's a good chance it might be. And if it's not, then the next time this happens is probably going to be what I saw in my dream. So yeah, so with this disclaimer again, I'm going to talk about what happened. Basically, in 2022, I had a dream that the pandemic was gonna happen, and I pretty much in the dream I saw this teacher that I had in primary school in my hometown, which I don't live in anymore. My hometown is a river. I was walking across a bridge, and pretty much after I talked to my teacher, she went psycho and she attacked this hippie woman in a caravan, a black caravan with flowers on it, because she didn't want to take the jab. She didn't want to take the vaccine. And I kind of just somehow knew that was related to the jab passes, and this dream told me that the jab was going to come back. So basically, what the dream was trying to say, in my opinion, is that there's going to be a pandemic, and in the pandemic, there's going to be another wave of mandatory vaccination, which was what the vaccine passes were, and they're going to come back, and we're not going to be able to do anything without the vaccines, and if you don't take it, then you're squat out of luck. But it seems like this time it's going to be worse than last time, because although there were many people who treated unfairly, many people who had their lives ruined by this pandemic, you were able to seemingly live your life to some degree in relative calmness if you were in the right circumstances. Unfortunately, I was in a circumstance where I was able to live through these vaccine passes without any difficulty or trouble. But I don't think this is necessarily gonna be the case this time. And yeah, so pretty much it's during these. Basically, I believe that for some reason, people who don't take the jab, who don't take the vaccine, are going to get violently persecuted, and are going to get blamed for causing lots of chaos and lots of social disorder and stuff like that. And I believe that it's going to be because of this pandemic, and someone somehow is going to get blamed by some propagandistic stunt. Perhaps there will be some person who's blamed for spreading the virus, some false flag atrocity that shall happen, and it's going to be blamed on people who are anti-vaxxers, to use their terms, and there's going to be like a lot of fear-mongering and stuff like that. And that's what I think is going to happen. And now that I see it, I think that somehow this is going to be used to blame the people who are anti-vaccination and anti-truther. I mean, who are anti society, like truthers, conspiracy people. Is going to be used to defame them. So I think that if you don't want to take the vaccine, then you're going to be in for a lot of trouble. And I want to say to people, like, I really want to stress this to people. I really want to stress that you guys need to prepare. You guys need to prepare for, like, whatever's going to happen. Because even if I'm wrong about this, because I could be wrong about this, it's still good to prepare. Because let's say that this is just like let's just say that, like, this is, like, like a false alarm. Let's just say that this isn't really going to become anything. And, like, it's not really anything. Let's just say that it's like nothing, man. Like, if it's nothing, then, well, you've already began a path of preparation that's going to really prepare you for when things go bad. It's going to wake you up, and you're going to be ready, because a lot of people, they weren't ready for the coronavirus, yet guess what? A lot of people were, including yours truly. Like, I was a truther before the coronavirus pandemic happened, and I kind of knew, like, the whole time that it was nonsense. I wasn't perfect. I almost took the jab myself, but fortunately I didn't. But yeah, so, like, even if this is, like, fake, I think you guys should prepare for it, because let's say the next one's going to happen in a few years, and this one's fake. Well, imagine preparing from 2020 till now, and you're ready for that. That's like 6 years. So the point I'm saying is that you guys got to prepare for it, even if I'm wrong. Even if I'm wrong, you guys should prepare for this. And, like, yeah, I think you guys need to, like, really prepare for this stuff. And, like, yeah, like, that's, yeah, but that's the thing. People are going to get violently persecuted. And I just got to say to anybody who's watching this, if they roll out the vaccines, if it happens, I just want to say, don't take it. Don't take it. Like, no matter what happens, don't take it. Because anything you can endure, anything you'll endure, like, no matter how bad it is, and I'm not going to promise you that, like, that you're going to be okay. You might turn out really badly. It might go really badly. Like, it might be, like, you might lose your job. You might not be able to go to school anymore, or university, depending on how old you are. You might be, like, absolutely screwed. But I got to say that whatever's in their jab, whatever's in their vaccine, whatever's in this RNA, like, kind of stuff, this mRNA vaccine, I have to say it's going to be worse than whatever you're going to go through. I can absolutely promise you that. There's been multiple reports of what it's going to cause. Apparently it's going to cause diseases, it's going to cause death. It's been proven to cause heart problems, and if we are to believe someone like the other prophetic dreamers on here, it might cause people to literally become zombies. And I want to say, if you took it back then, I got to say, you really shouldn't take the next one. Like, don't take it. No matter what happens, don't take it. Like, I know that I won't convince everyone, and I don't expect everybody to be convinced and stuff. And, like, I know that most people, like, some people are not going to listen to this because they think that, like, this thing is going to blow over. But what I got to say is that even if it blows over, the next time it might not blow over. And no matter what happens, it's all part of a bigger plan. So I really got to stress this beyond anything. Do not take the jab. if you've taken the last jab, you gotta like do everything you can to detox from it. Like pray to God, you know, get baptized, like I don't know, like try to do whatever you can to like not take the vaccine and try to ask like God or like whatever to help you out. Like I'm not like the kind of guy who likes to preach stuff, but I do know that like what's gonna happen, it isn't good, man. Like so yeah, like whatever you do, do not take the jab. Do not take it like whatsoever. Like it doesn't matter if people are gonna persecute you or not. You know, you gotta stay faithful. If you don't believe in God, start to pray to God, to follow what God and Jesus is, and no matter what side of the fence you are, you really gotta like make sure that you just like don't take it. No matter what you do, don't take it, no matter what. And if you are worried about the adverse effects that happen, you should prepare now. Start stocking up food. Save money. Save at least 6 months of savings and stuff for like emergency savings, so that if you lose your job or you become homeless, you can survive. Like try to learn bushcraft skills if you can, survival skills. Try to learn how to defend yourself. Become fit if you're like fat. Like whatever you have to do, whatever you think you can do, whatever resources you have, you really gotta make sure like right now that like you prepare for this stuff, because it's gonna get worse. Like, and even if it doesn't get worse, like even if like I got it wrong, because like I'm not afraid to admit that I might be wrong about this, because that's 2026. This was like 4 years ago I had this dream, and I was very young back then. But the point is, no matter what you do, what happens, do not take the jab and prepare. And ideally, if you can, do not engage in sexual contact with anybody who has taken it. And if you have, well, you got to detox and get your sexual partners to detox and all that kind of stuff. Now, you know, it's like I know that that's not easy in these times and days, especially if you have romantic feelings for people. I developed romantic feelings for someone who would have taken the jab, and like I gotta say, that part's hard, but that's why you gotta learn how to detox from it so you can help them detox. So, yeah, I just gotta really stress that like you shouldn't take it. Like no matter what you do, don't take the jab, and you gotta prepare. And if I'm wrong, if this is a false alarm, I still think you should prepare, because I think that society is going to collapse and go downhill. Because this coronavirus stuff, this pandemic, the one that I think is going to come about, it's all part of the New World Order. It's all part of the New World Order. If anyone who doesn't know, basically there's a plot by Illuminati to create a world government. And this world government is going to be a totalitarian world government that's going to oppress every man, woman, and child. And if we are to believe what Christianity says, then it shall force us to take a chip in our hand and maybe our head to make it so that we can't do anything without it. And with the vaccine, with the jab, you can't do anything without it. Like you couldn't do anything like that was meaningful without the jab. You couldn't do anything. The only things you could do was go to the supermarket and the gas station, but you still had to wear a mask while doing it. And you're basically being tyrannically forced to like wear a mask. And I gotta say, this is all part of the New World Order. It's all part of the goal of Satan to make a New World Order. And that's what's gonna happen. So that's what it's part of. So no matter what happens, you should still prepare, even if I'm wrong about this. Because I'm not saying that I can't be wrong. Because in the dream, it didn't show me, like, I didn't know, like, what pandemic it was. I just knew that a vaccine pass was going to come back, and I figured out through that there was going to be another pandemic. If that makes you believe me less, then that's fine, but I just want to be completely transparent and honest about this. Like, I did not know what it was going to be about. I didn't know what pandemic it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a resurgence of the coronavirus, and I thought it was going to happen way sooner. But it seems like it might happen now, in 2026, at the time I least expected it. Like, I've been in the process of re-uploading my prophetic dreams, and I just haven't got around to them because I'm busy, I'm a little bit lazy, honestly, but I just want to say that, like, you guys got to get ready, you got to prepare, you got to get right with God. If you took the jab, or you're watching this in the future and you took the jab for the hantavirus or whatever pandemic it's gonna be, I just want to stress right now that you gotta like detox, man, and you gotta get your family and your friends and your romantic and sexual partners to detox. You know, I don't know your situation, I'm not judging, but that's what you gotta do. So, yeah, and the last thing I gotta say is that if you if you do not want to live in the country that you want to live in right now, and you want to escape, I gotta say you gotta start preparing now. Now, for me, I will probably not be able to leave the country before this stuff kicks down, if it's gonna come down, like when I think it's gonna happen. I'm not prepared, and that's my fault. But if you have the financial resources to do so, and you have the ability to do so, and you want to leave this country, or like the country you're in, or you think it's good, I say try to leave right now, because I'm confident they're going to restrict travel, and they're probably going to do more things. I think they're going to try to do worse things. I believe if anyone doesn't take the vaccine is going to get severely persecuted, like violently potentially. And although that's what it's going to be, I gotta say it's completely worth not taking that stuff. You know, it's but yeah, like, you should try to leave, because basically I have had dreams that imply that New Zealand is going to be one of the first cashless countries in the world, and as of recently, I've been having strange signs and strange dreams that have been telling me that I should go to Latin America for some reason. I don't know why it's suggesting I go to Latin America, but I think that the reason why is because apparently during the chaotic future that we're going to have, during the worst years of this stuff, apparently Ecuador, South America, and Peru are going to be safe places for New Zealanders. Basically, this is Prophetic Dreamer channel called World War III Exodus Project, who has all these dreams about World War III, and he says that South America, that New Zealand is going to get basically wrecked and ravaged and messed up by World War III and stuff. Basically, he says World War III is going to happen, and apparently New Zealanders should go to South America. And although I was kind of skeptical, maybe I think that South America might be a good place to go. So yeah, that's what I got to say. And the last thing I got to say is that if this happens, like I say it's going to happen, and any of you guys want to go to the protests, if they are going to be protests, which I think they will be, I just got to say you got to be careful. Try to bring a burner phone. If you want to bring a camera, don't bring a phone camera. Try to bring an old-fashioned camera, and leave your phone wherever your house is. And if you need to contact your family or your friends or your romantic partners, get a prepaid cell phone, or get a BlackBerry cell phone if you can. If you don't know, BlackBerry cell phones, the old ones that got discontinued, they are apparently impossible to track. So you gotta find things that are impossible to track, because I believe the government is putting anybody who protests against the stuff on a watch list. Because basically all this stuff is a test for the New World Order, and they're trying to test who's going to be a threat to the New World Order and who's not going to be a threat. I don't want any of you guys to be persecuted by this tyrannical government, man. You know, it's not to make this super prophetic, but I had a dream that the police would arrest anybody who has prophetic dreams, and then a few days later I got confronted by the police for some really strange like things that I'm not gonna disclose, but like the reason I was being confronted by the police was a really strange, irrational, and weird reason. And I got confronted by the police, and yeah. So I think that like if you go to this jab protest, you gotta be careful. You gotta like get cameras and stuff. Like get like a Nokia or something like that, and then like put it on your computer and then post it and stuff to make sure that you don't get tracked by like the police and the government, because one, the government is going to make like a lot of spectacle out of this because last time they did that, and two, the government is going to definitely start tracking down people. Like, why do you think that 1 year before the coronavirus pandemic, like a whole gun control act and false flag happened? And yes, I think that what happened in that place in New Zealand, which I won't name, which I do plan to cover eventually, once I do some other things. Yeah, I think there was a false flag for gun control, because New Zealand's supposed to be the place they test out the New World Order, our world government. But yeah, so if you're protesting, stay safe. And if you're someone who is railing against these people who don't want to take the jab, I gotta say, just try to think about like how you would feel if you were in their position, or if they were one of your family members. And even if you don't agree with them, like treat them like a human being, because just because you don't agree with someone doesn't make it right to treat them unfairly. So please try to think about how they feel. That's all I gotta say. I'm Truth TV, NZ, and Dreamer, and I'm out. Peace.